Hello everybody, welcome back to Altcoin Buzz Trading. We have a choppy market on our hands, really not a lot to do right now. Let's take a look at BTC. We'll move into Ethereum in a little bit. BTC over the weekend has just been chopping. We did break above a breakdown point, which is good, but obviously we're not really well above that. That implies that there's not a lot of buying pressure in this market. Of course, it also was a weekend, so maybe we'll start getting to move early this week. It's hard to say exactly. If you look at the bigger picture on the daily chart, you got a few factors kind of telling you that things aren't clear. So on the way up here, if you notice, we have the moving averages, which all line up really nicely. My blue is the 10-day, orange is the 20-day, purple is the 50-day, red here is the 200-day. You look, they're all spread out, fanned out from one another, going straight up. Well, let's take a look at what's going on today. Well, today we have the 10-day on the bottom, the 20-day on top of that, and the 50-day on top of that. That means that they've inverted completely. They've completely inverted. Not that you can't necessarily make trades or money in that environment, but your expectancy for things to move up dramatically, change dramatically with the change in moving averages. I'm not a pure moving average trader, but they definitely do show you some things. And right now they're showing you indecision. They're showing you chop. They're showing you that the buyers have left the building. Of course, we already knew that our market's been in a correction, but I just want to show you that a lot of other factors are also pointing to the fact that we're just in a choppy market right now and we have to wait this whole thing out. Does this imply that we're going to go extremely lower? It does not do that. It doesn't really imply much, to be honest with you, other than the fact that this uptrend has essentially completely stalled out, which again, we already knew. Now, the 200-day moving average here in red, this is continuing on an uptrend. It's going to start flattening out probably in a couple of weeks to a month or so. It's already doing that a little bit here in the past couple of weeks, but as it was on this trajectory, kind of having a hard time seeing it. It was on this trajectory, right? We start flattening out a little bit. Now, this is going to give us a nice little soft landing. The 200 daily moving average, so you can see here, like we popped up from it, came back and respected it. It's not always the floor, but when you're high up above it, it's always a candidate for support for sure. And so that's right now something that I'm looking at. Maybe it comes up to us, which would make us really nice and high and tight, considering, you know, the breadth of all this and how far we've come. Or we come down to meet it, which doesn't put us in really too bad of a downtrend. But as we get down closer to the 200, or it comes closer to us, regardless, the fact of the matter is that we'll be waiting for that to happen. Directional trades, if you're looking for, I think the bias right now is to the downside, but I do think we have limited downside. So again, not a lot to do right now. I'm not ashamed to say that either. I mean, I know a lot of people like, I want my trade right now and my 10x right now. Yeah, good luck with that. It's not going to happen. Okay, it's going to happen when it's going to happen, but the day is not today. All right, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Now go watch a Schiller's channel. I don't know. Let's take a look at Ethereum, which is painting even a more bleak picture. This price action came all the way back down into the prior base here and is looking at undercutting it. Over the weekend here, we pretty much just went sideways, maybe even rising a little bit in lower volume. We're starting to roll over, trying to roll over too. And also underneath this larger trend line here. So we're not getting good pictures out of our two largest market cap coins. That means that the investors involved aren't really doing a lot of investing right now. They're basically waiting. They're going to create the bottoms whenever we get down to there. And speaking of that, the 200 daily moving average, maybe here as well. You got a similar situation here, right? You've got moving averages getting flipped. I'm not sure if they're fully flipped over yet. They have actually. So blue under, and then you've got the purple, and then you've got the orange, where you can see here they were inverted. Blue, orange, purple. Orange? Okay, so orange is, so yeah, we're not fully flipped yet. Orange is the 21-day. There you go. So we're not fully flipped yet, but this was an aggressive move lower, flattened out the 21 days. Looks like it's going to start trying to move lower. So maybe we'll see that flip here in a week or two. But the 200 daily moving average was my point. Holding this up would be really good. If we can find some support, the 200, you could start adding down here for longer term positions if things look correct. I don't know if they're going to. I don't know what it's going to look like. But there is this measured move from this drop here, which is what this line implies. Down here towards the 200 daily moving average, we could find support there. And like I said, that could be a place to maybe look to buy some long-term positions, but we'll see about that. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Stay safe out there, and I will see you tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading.